Hello everyone, welcome back to another week of ABAwithVic. Now before we begin, go ahead and click the subscribe button so that every week you can get weekly updates of ABAwithVic. This week's topic is first then boards. First then boards form part of the visual support. I'm going to give you an example of how a first then board looks like. This is an example of a first then board. As you can see, it's very simple. As you can see, this board is very simple. This board has the words first, then, followed by two squares. The purpose of this board is to let the individual know what's going on next. When you're working with an individual, first then boards are very beneficial. Let's say for example that the student wants to play with the ball. You can place a demand and say for example, okay, we could first do work, then we could play with the ball. And if the student actually needs the visual support, the first then board will be implemented. With the example provided, let's say that the student wants to play with the ball, so you give an instruction to first work, and then they're able to earn to play with the ball. So then you show them the board and then show them. And then you could say, first work, then play. This gives the student a visual support on what's going on. The student or the individual is able to see, okay, first I have to work, then I'm able to see the reward. By us using the first then board, we are able to actually have the student comply even more, because they're able to see what they're working for. With the simple instruction of saying, okay, first let's work, then ball, the student has your attention and now he is able to comply even more. Because now he or she knows that if the student completes something, they're able to get whatever they're working for. The first then board can be used on daily activities, but also the first then board can be used for problematic behaviors or maladaptive behaviors. Say for example that you're having a student engage in maladaptive behaviors or even a tantrum, and you find out that the function of the behavior is to escape. Let's say for example that the student is requesting for a break, but the student is crying, engaging in SIB, or self-injurious behaviors, or even aggression. Depending on the circumstances of this event, you could say for example, okay, first sit down, then we can have break. You also want to have the student comply to your demand in order to get what they want, because you still want to implement that they should listen to whatever you're saying, or comply with you so that they can get what they want. So for this occasion, if the student is engaging in problematic behaviors and you want the student to calm down, you could probably say, okay, first sit down at your desk and then we can have break. Now you may decide if you want the student to sit for 30 seconds, 1 minute, or even 5 minutes before they could take their break. That will be up for you to decide, and this depends normally on the student or the environment. Now as you can see, I have two different kinds of token boards. This is a large one and this is a small one. Depending on your student's needs or your child's needs, you can either create a big one or a small one. If your student doesn't really need visual supports, you could also write what they first have to complete in order to get whatever they need. First then boards are very simple and to the point. If your student or child is engaging in tantrums or self-injurious behaviors or aggression, you want to keep the demands low and also very short. Talk to your family or talk to your team about addressing these type of behaviors. Find out the function of the behavior. If the student is engaging in problematic behaviors or tantrums because the student wants to escape a task, be sure to address them according to the function of the behavior. Now that'll be all for this week. This week we went over the first then board. We learned that the first then board could help us in any instance so that we could have the student comply. We learned that the first then board actually can have a student comply even more. We also learned that the first then board forms part of the visual supports. If your student doesn't really need visual supports, you can actually write what comes first and then also what comes after. Now that will be all for this week. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You can email me at ABAwithVic@gmail.com or tweet me at ABAwithVic. And now we're on Facebook at ABAwithVic. Now that'll be all for this week. Remember to make this week ABAzing. And as always, thank you for watching.